There's a moment in trading when you stop being the trader you trained yourself to be and become someone else. Not slowly, not over time, instantly. One loss and everything changes. The calm, patient version of you disappears, and a new version takes over. Faster, louder, more emotional, and strangely, more confident. But in the worst possible way. It usually starts with something small. You waited. You followed your plan. You entered a clean setup. Everything looked right. And then, the market stops you out. Just barely. And right after that, price moves exactly where you expected. That moment hits differently. Not because you lost, but because you feel like something was taken from you. You were right, but you still lost. And now something shifts inside you. You lean forward. You stare at the chart. And a thought appears, I'm getting that back. So you take another trade. But this time, it's different. There's no patience. No confirmation. Just urgency. You lose again. Now your heart rate increases. You click faster. You stop thinking clearly. And before you even realize it, you're no longer trading. You're reacting. You take another trade. Bigger size. More risk. More emotion. And suddenly, you're not even aware of what you're doing. You're just clicking. Trying to fix something. But you don't even know what anymore. This is revenge trading. And it doesn't begin with logic. It begins with emotion. Because revenge trading isn't about money. It's about how you feel. You're not trying to grow your account. You're trying to remove discomfort. That frustration. That anger. That feeling of being wrong, or worse, being wronged. And that's the difference. When you feel wrong, you learn. When you feel wronged, you react. Revenge trading always has a trigger. And most traders don't notice it. Sometimes, it's not even a loss. Missing the move, you wake up early. You prepare. You wait. And then, you miss the entire move. Now you feel pressure. Like you need to catch something. And that pressure creates bad decisions. Closing too early, you take profit too soon. And then price explodes. Now you feel like you robbed yourself. So you jump back in. But this time, you're chasing. Breaking your own rules you said you wouldn't trade. But you did. And when it loses, you don't just lose money. You lose trust in yourself. And that creates frustration. Comparing yourself to others, you see someone making big profits. And suddenly, your progress doesn't feel enough. So you force trades. Trying to prove something. Even winning can trigger it. You win multiple trades. You feel confident. Maybe too confident. And then one loss hits. And it feels personal. So you try to prove it was a mistake. And that's where the spiral begins. Here's what's really happening. After a loss, your brain shifts. You move from logic to emotion. From planning to reacting. The part of your brain responsible for survival activates. And it treats the loss like a threat. So your mind looks for a solution. Fast. Immediate. And it believes the solution is another trade. But that's the illusion. Because that trade is not based on probability. It's based on emotion. And emotional trades are expensive trades. Revenge trading doesn't just cost money. It destroys structure. You stop following your plan. You stop managing risk. You stop thinking long-term. And everything becomes short-term. Fast. Reactive. Chaotic. And the worst part? It happens quickly. Minutes. Sometimes seconds. One moment, you're in control. The next, you're not. So how do you stop it? Not with motivation. Not with discipline alone. But with systems. Recognize the shift before revenge trading starts. You will feel it. You feel rushed. You feel irritated. You feel like you need to act. That's the signal. The pause rule after any loss, do nothing. For 5 minutes. No charts. No trades. No analysis. Just wait. It feels uncomfortable. And that's exactly why it works. because it interrupts the impulse. Pre-commit your behavior before you enter a trade. Decide what happens if you lose. Not after. Before. Because after the loss, you are not thinking clearly. Know your triggers. Every trader is different. Some hate losing. Some hate missing. Some hate being wrong. If you don't know your trigger, you can't control it. Revenge trading is not about getting money back. It's about escaping a feeling. But the market is not designed to comfort you. It's designed to expose you. Your impatience, your ego, your fear. And if you don't learn to control those, they will control your trading. The goal is not to remove emotion. That's impossible. The goal is to not react to it. Because the traders who win are not the fastest, not the smartest, not the most aggressive. They are the ones who can take a loss and stay the same person. And when you reach that point, everything changes. Revenge trading disappears. And consistency begins. If this changed the way you see trading, then it did its job. Subscribe for more content on trading psychology, discipline, and long-term success.